Hello. My name is Miles Goodlow, aka Professor Miles. You can follow me on TikTok at Professor Miles, where I post 3 to 5 different tips or direct scholarships that you can have. So if you're looking for scholarships on a consistent basis and want to change up the algorithm a little bit from just watching TikTok dances, I would highly suggest that you um, check out my TikTok. I think it'll be awesome. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I think it'll be different from a lot of the content that you're probably already paying attention to. Uh, who am I? What have I done? Why am I talking about scholarships? Why am I on your screen right now? So my name is Professor Miles, and I graduated at the top of my class from Crenshaw High. I went to UCLA. I worked for VIPS, started working for VIPS in October 2007, all the way to June 2011. I literally went to a VIPS presentation at Laces and led it. I think the day I graduated, June 12th, 2011. Caught the bus there and back. So I love VIPS. I go hard for VIPS. You know what I'm saying? VIPS is the way to go. Left UCLA after I graduated in 2011 and went to UPenn, got my master's in 1 year, 2012. I led mentorship programs in collaboration with Upper Bound and the Christian Association, and then went on, which I basically just re-implemented what VIPS has taught me. So you're really in the best higher education or college access program on the planet. You better appreciate it. You better value it. You better love it. You better do everything. It's hard. Go hard while you're in this program. You don't understand how much people wish they had this level of guidance, assistance, mentorship, direction, structure, and opportunity to really visit and get into college, right? Like you're being treated like an amazing elite academic because you are an amazing elite academic. Okay, coming out of LA and Pasadena with dreams and hopes of going to college when only 37% of the United States population actually has a bachelor's degree. You're entering a realm of top tier. Okay. And you're already in a top tier program that focuses on producing top tier students. And I've got to meet senior product managers, business owners. I've got to meet people who are agents of different artists. Like people really graduate and emerge out of VIPS and go on and get their doctorate degree, attend Harvard, attend Oberlin, attend Cal State Pomona, like Cal Poly. Like it's amazing. Obviously, UCLA being the focus of that. When I graduated, I went to UPenn and I got my master's in higher education finance specifically. I focused on access and affordability for my master's thesis, who can afford to get into college and then who can afford to actually graduate from college, specifically within the UC, Cal State, and community college system of California. So then I went to Drexel University, worked in the Pennoni Honors College, served as a program coordinator, founded a tutoring program, left then started teaching at Drexel University, which was an amazing experience where I got to teach higher education finance and focus on working with the students who are currently in undergrad at Drexel University in Philadelphia and helping them to be able to understand who is financially responsible for the success at college. Left Drexel, worked in the nonprofit space a little bit as And then I started working in education technology. I've worked at GoGuardian, I've worked at Book Nook, and I've worked at Amplify. All these are different type of K through 12 supportive and supplemental programs. SaaS, if you've heard of that, software as a service, which is like the tech industry. So basically I work in the technology aspect of corporate America with the education focus over the last 12 years of my career. And that has allowed me to be able to do a plethora of different things, but I really enjoy today being a business analyst focusing on the data that really helps and it assists our customers and our vice presidents internally on the different decisions they can make about our different education products. Additionally, I also taught African American Studies at Cal State Fullerton, and so beyond that, I am really excited because this entire time that I've been talking about my career, these last 12 years, I've been doing presentations the entire time on scholarships. I've been working with nonprofits in Philadelphia, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco. And then today I even had a meeting with a scholarship group company called My Red Kite UCLA.com. I highly suggest you check them out. They have $27 billion of scholarships in the directory. And right now they're giving away their premium access for free. You didn't hear that from me, but you should hop on while it's free because you can apply to college scholarships even while you're in college. Quick tip, 50% of college scholarships are for high school seniors. The other 50%, everybody else. Keep applying to college scholarships, and I encourage you to apply to scholarships once a day. If you're not applying to scholarships once a day, then at very least once a week. Okay, let's talk about money in college, and let's get to it. We don't have too much time, so I'm going to move fast. And if I'm talking too fast, then you just need to listen a little bit faster. Curtis Jackson. Okay, UCLA cost a lot. Let's look at Loyola Marymount and USC cost twice as much as USC. Wow, and they're not even the number one public institutions or number one private institutions. Like $90,000 was a ticket that I saw for private schools this year, and that's just these different things. But student loans are real. Student loans happen. You hear people complaining about them, but ultimately, if you can go to college, you can get an immense network. You can go ahead and flip that network, flip those connections, and flip that knowledge that's coming directly from the academics, and use that to get internships and create a career that you love and enjoy. Then that's going to bring you so much more money than not going to college. Okay. Next thing is you want to go to studentaid.gov for resources. You can still fill out your FAFSA until the June 30th of your first year of college. And then obviously you're going to refill it out every year. So apply for your FAFSA, see what money you have, and then from there, make a decision about what you're going to do moving forward. Okay, so let's get further into scholarships. Scholarships are an exchange of your story through 500 words or more. I looked at the Jackie Robinson scholarship. That's $35,000 scholarship. That was due back in January, and they only asked for two 250-word essays, plus one 600-word essay. That we're talking about a little over 1,000 words for $35,000 and a great, amazing network of other people who they acknowledge as great scholars. You hear that with Bill and Melinda Gates. You hear that with Coca-Cola scholarship. I'm going to tell you, local scholarships are going to be your best bet, right? People who are from your community, who are funding students who are growing and learning in your community are going to care about you. And if you can get $700, $800, $500 scholarships, $1,000 scholarships, sometimes they give away laptops and things like that. And then no one's really applying. So when they talk about most of the scholarship money is not even being utilized or applied for, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about all the scholarships under $5,000 just get ignored. Everyone wants the one-stop shop that I pay for everything. Yes, apply for the big national scholarships, but also apply for your local scholarships. Also apply for those scholarships that are $5,000 and below. I was able to pay for UCLA through winning 20 scholarships that were all between $1,000 and $10,000. I didn't get a single scholarship. To be the best applicant, you have to have it all. So you want to have excellent grades between a 3.5 to a 4.0. You want to volunteer in your community. You want to be a leader of a club on campus. You want to have overcome a hardship. Ideally, play a sport. It could be badminton. It could be tennis. It could be basketball. You could be the quarterback. It doesn't really matter what the sport is. All this should lead and write an amazing essay, of course. And all of this should make sense. Like your club should not be random. It should all make sense as to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to present yourself as. So ultimately, what scholarships are looking for is leadership, a hardship. You plan on making a difference, and now on top of all of that, you have great grades. So let's get to the essay. The essay, so an example of the essay for a Black at Microsoft, which is a $5,000 scholarship. But imagine the network you would have of 30 other people who are also interested in Microsoft, also interested in technology, also interested in computer science. And now those are your friends and they're across the country. Imagine the job opportunities you'll have. When they get a job, they'll be able to tell you, I can refer you personally at the company. And when one gets in, that's how the rest of us get in. And that's how we prevent people from gatekeeping us from access and income in the future. I know you're thinking about scholarships because you only want to pay for tuition next year, but I need you to think about this is a long-term community and network that I can keep up. To this day, I keep in contact with people from VIPS. I keep in contact with people from my scholarship communities that I've been a part of. I'm a part of Thrive Scholars, if you've heard of that, in LA. If not, definitely a great program. You should be applying for that right now. So let's also apply for a scholarship right now. Take your phone out. Get to the picture part. That's right. Now, hover over the QR code. For all my iPhone users, tap that. You'll see the yellow part. Tap the yellow. Boop. Now it pops up. For those of you who are on Androids or the QR code is not working for you, tough luck. No, I'm just playing. Go to scholarly.com. SCHOLLY.com. Scholarly.com will reroute you back to Sally Mae. Sally Mae bought Scholarly.com, scholarship app and directory that I was a big fan of. The founder, Chris Gray, actually went to Drexel, so I got to meet him while he was building it. And they've turned that entire directory into a $2,000 scholarship with no essay. So just fill out the information right now. Should take literally 5 minutes, and then you'll be good to go. All right, moving forward. Then we have the Jackie Robinson Scholarship that I also referenced, 650 words max. We're looking at this, and we want to be able to see within these questions that they're asking what they're really asking for. So let's just read this first one, and then we'll talk about, I want you to identify what are the parts of this actual scholarship question that you should focus on answering. Okay, so what's the most important parts that you should respond to in your essay? Jackie Robinson. On April 15th, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first African-American player in Major League Baseball in the modern era. This barrier-breaking moment, paired with his performance, leadership, and the exceptional character traits he demonstrated throughout his career, made him a renowned public figure. Robinson used his platform to effect change both on and off the playing field. What do you think were Robinson's most important life achievements on integrating Major League Baseball? How have they had an impact on you or your community? Dr. Jackie Robinson, he went to UCLA. He played 3 sports at UCLA: track, baseball, and football. Amazing UCLA alum and grad. Shout out to Jackie Robinson. That's amazing history. I forget what high school he went to, but I think he's from Pasadena. So all my people from Pasadena unify. My John Muir folks, where you at? Hey, okay. I think it was John Muir, but somebody correct me. Anyways, you should focus on first African-American player in Major League Baseball. Huge moment. Barrier-breaking moment. Right? What are barrier-breaking moments that are happening now? And have you participated in any? If you have, then that's something to compare to your experience in life right now to what Jackie Robinson was doing in 1947. Are you facing racism at the same extent? Are you facing some oppression? Is there not access and support for you in being able to study STEM or take the APs that you want to be able to take, or get, be able to have a sport? Did you found a club or a volunteer effort because that wasn't a focus in your community? Like, all of that's important because that exudes exceptional character traits, which is the next bolded portion. And then Robinson's most important life achievements beyond integrating Major League Baseball. Awesome, right? Like, that's really his significant moment. What's yours? That's what you should talk about and compare it to Robinson's like life achievements. And then also in this part, I would say Google Jackie Robinson, read a book about Jackie Robinson, at least read a couple articles, and find out what else he was doing. What philanthropy was he into? How did he impact lives, right? And how can you use that information to talk about how he impacted your community? So this is a way that you could talk about you and how you are like Jackie Robinson. I know. What? Yes, you are like Jackie Robinson. Just look at the stats of anything. If you just happen to be, if you happen to identify as a non-male, if you happen to identify as non-white, then honestly, there's a lot that you could talk about in overcoming barriers. You need to do some research, have some conversations. I don't know, read Pedagogy of the Oppressed. Okay, so key terms, you can look at this later. We don't have time for this. This is just some definitions, good things to know, a little bit of financial literacy, because if you can apply for scholarships, if you ever own a business one day, you'll be able to apply to grants too. All right, where's that phone? Pull your phone back out. Here's a list of 140 scholarships. And if it's not working for you for any reason, just contact Jersey. She has the link to all of that. Here is my scholarship tracker. I'm glad your phone is already out. Go ahead and scan this QR code as well, and you can get access to my scholarship tracker. Now, what are these things? What is this scholarship list? What is the scholarship tracker? So here's the pretty cover of the scholarship list. Yay, money. Let's go ahead and get it. 140 scholarships. Asks over $1.5 million worth of scholarships potentially attainable. But you got to apply. Here goes the Scholly app. Once again, it's the first one. It's my favorite one. $2,000, no essay. Now, frankly, no essay scholarships. Who wins them? I don't know. It's a warm-up that allow you to really get into it. Now, as you've applied for a scholarship today, congratulations, kudos. That was $2,000. Let's keep the ball rolling. And you can literally apply to every single one of these scholarships. I said apply for one a day. You have 140 right here. There you go. We should be done right now, but we're not. We're almost there. Okay. So I have a hot list on this left-hand side where you can look at 200 Black excellence scholarships. So this leads to a list of 200 more scholarships. So now 200 plus 140 puts us at 340 scholarships. I'm going to give you 25 days off. Yeah, you're welcome. You got it. Yeah. Take off Christmas to New Year's. Take off New Year's, maybe through MLK Day. But outside of December 25th to January 15th, I need you applying for a scholarship every single day. Great. Awesome. Good talk. Love this. Quick tips. Make sure you have a specific narrative that fits a story to give you the best opportunity. And what I mean is a specific story is your extracurriculars to make sense. You are on the basketball team and you have joined robotics and you are consistently a part of the VIP Scholars Program because you want to be able to look into how technology can continue to help advance the basketball industry. You're looking at the WNBA, NBA, and then also these new leagues that are popping up. The 3-on-3 Jordan League the NBA has. You have the 3-on-3 league that Ice Cube has. You have Rivals, which is in Miami, which is a new WNBA league. And you're looking at that, and you really want to make sure that you're presenting that. So you're already focused on how that all comes together and how that would all make a difference in someone's life, including yours, but also others. We love to pour into people who want to pour into others. So your scholarship essay should always come back to, this will better me for others. All right, great. Good talk. Now, you have the Black College Common application, but if you're a senior, you should already know where you're at. And you should stay right here. And then let's be real, go to UCLA. But I'm so biased, it's not even worth the talk. Your A through G requirements, you already know this. You're in VIPS. And then we have local community organizations that provide scholarships. So if you're a senior, honestly, most of these scholarship opportunities are gone except for Thrive Scholars. I want you to go to Thrive Scholars and then email Kazaa. He'll be like, where did you get my email from? I don't know. I know Kazaa. He's a cool guy. But nonetheless, you want to email him and then talk about how you want to be a part of Thrive Scholars. They love to have students who are honestly from LA, USD, Pasadena, Unified, and help those students grow and develop. They want to hear your story about how you want to be president of the United States, president of a company, solve, cure cancer, be able to, start a nonprofit that absolutely takes care of clinical patients or something of that nature, right? Like they want to believe that you are going to be that difference maker and you're worth investing in. And Thrive Scholarships is really a great network. And then they might give you like $2 to $5 grand, and then they'll give you a goodie bag. Like I literally got a trash bag that was like 14, 15 gallons full of blankets, snacks, toiletries, like the real like basic things that I needed that honestly your grandma will probably think of to give you, but it was so great to have. And these local organizations are really honestly constantly helping. Look at the Urban League. You can look at Legacy Ladies is another one. That one's specifically for the ladies. So if you're a young guy, you can't get that scholarship anymore. I got that scholarship because they didn't have enough applications, and there was like, sure. And then they had a free SAT workshop. I showed up and I went to it every Saturday for about 6 weeks. And then I interviewed for the scholarship, and they had about $5 grand. I got $5 grand and a laptop that I use all throughout college until maybe my senior year, second semester. I bought a new laptop because UCLA had a laptop benefit buying program. So go to financial aid and ask, what other supplemental finances do you have that will allow me to be a great student? Can you help me buy a laptop or my books? Ask those questions, meet the people, talk to them. Okay. And that's what I wanted to go through for the scholarship list. Last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to finish up right here. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Bueno. We're going to leave this at 100%. Here is a scholarship tracker. Use this scholarship tracker. You haven't been paying attention. Okay, you in the back? Yeah. Head up. Listen. Okay? Listen. This is it. This is the one tool that you can really use. Okay? Now, this is for right now. All these scholarships are live right now. I said at least one scholarship a week. This is for my one scholarship a week group. Okay. You're a senior. You're trying to get to college. You need scholarship money yesterday. You have to pay it tomorrow. Let's go. You have a scholarship that is available that you can apply for April 15th. It's April 10th. You have 5 days. You can do that. It's worth $5 grand. Absolutely. I was talking about $5 grand and below is the way. I put those scholarships on here for you. Once you have applied to that scholarship, you have taken advantage of that opportunity, click this and have it done and see how the tracker updates and says you've applied for 20% of the opportunities that you have in May. Are you going to miss out on this opportunity? No, you're not. You're going to actually apply because that's the biggest issue with scholarships. You're not applying. Have you applied for scholarships already this year? Yes. The answer should be yes. You're in VIPS. You're automatically qualified for at least one, but let's make it 365. Good talk. Continue to click them as you finish them and as you go through these different scholarships. I have a couple different notes to just like what it's about, what they're looking for. My favorite scholarship right now is the Sean Carter Foundation Scholarship because Sean Carter is Jay-Z. Jay-Z is married to Beyonce. And wow, I just really wanted to say Beyonce and Jay-Z. But nonetheless, quick tip, 60% of their winners are from single parent households. If you're in a single parent household, you have a 60% chance of getting the scholarship. Like it just went up. They love HBCU students. So if you're going to be that student that's going to a historically Black college, shout out Howard, shout out Morehouse, shout out Spelman, right? The Ivy Leagues of the Blacks colleges. But that includes a FAMU. That includes a Texas State University. That includes a Tennessee State University. And then I would say expand them out. Don't forget about your Hispanic serving institutions. You have Cal State Dominguez. You have UC Santa Cruz. The list goes on. So then you have 70% are coming from a home income of less than $40,000. We live in Los Angeles. You can be low income, making more than that here. Don't let that deter you. I think they have the consciousness and awareness to know, okay, your family is making maybe $40,000, but you live in California. So unless you're making, $1 million, you're going to feel the pain a little bit. Right. And that's worth $10,000. And they love supporting people. I think it's a great scholarship. You also have Skechers has a $5,000 scholarship. It's not the only one. You apply for this one, and they kind of set you up to be able to receive scholarships from other ones too that go up to $10,000 or $15,000. But get that application in. That's due the 18th. Reality Hop Scholarship, and that's due April 30th as well. Just like the Sean Carter Foundation, it's $1,000. They're probably not getting a lot of applicants because it's $1,000, and that's why you want to apply for it. Because what if you win $1,000 10 times? That's just like the Sean Carter Foundation scholarship. So don't take yourself out the race because you're only applying for big major scholarships and you're not applying for the little one. All right, great. Amazing. That's the whole workshop there. Continue to be great, be amazing. You are already enough. Craft your story. You are worth college. You are worth the scholarships. You deserve the scholarships. You should apply for the scholarships, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And even Steph Curry and Kevin Durant are happy to make 50% of their shots in a game. But on average, the NBA players, WNBA players are really only scoring 30 to 40% of their shots at best. So go for it. Don't be deterred. Be inclined. Be empowered. Be intentional, and make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to put your best foot forward. You're amazing. You're great. And don't forget, follow me on TikTok at Professor Miles for more tips. And I'm dropping 3 to 5 tips a week just to make sure that people have more instructions and more information. I'm sorry I couldn't be there this evening, but I'm glad to share this workshop. And VIPS. Okay.